Hello, Beauty News family. Welcome back to Beauty News. This is the 9th of November edition. We need to do a few little housekeeping things.
Yes.
One, we've got our meetup. It's going to be
tomorrow. Holy motherfucker.
It's our Melbourne meetup, our first Melbourne meetup. So if you're already coming, looking forward to seeing you there.
Yes.
But if you are not sure if you're going to come, that's cool. Just follow the the event page,
which will be linked down below.
Yeah, so you can keep up with updates if you decide you do want to come. And if you have no effing idea what we're talking about, we're having a Melbourne meetup.
We are.
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
What's going on?
No, we're doing a picnic. We thought that would be fun. So we will put more details in the event, closer to the day. So do keep an eye on the event. That's where, depending on the weather, we will tell you where it is.
Changes.
Yeah, because we've got an idea of where we want it to be, but so far the weather looks like it's going to be good, but we know Melbourne.
Yeah, it's Melbourne. Let's
be Melbourne.
Real.
But sort of the gist of it will have to be like, we'll bring some food, some blankets.
Yeah.
But if you're coming along, do bring a blanket to sit on. You can bring friends, that's fine.
Yeah.
And bring any snacks or drinks that you want to bring and have a picnic. That's the plan. That's the plan. So keep an eye on the event.
Yes. Another thing, we do actually have to redraw for one of our advent calendar winners.
Yes.
Because
someone didn't get back to us for a whole week.
Yeah, this is why we tell you to check your emails. Thank you to the one person who did get back to us. But winner on the
new winner on the screen.
On the thing.
Congratulations.
Please check your emails.
Otherwise, next week we'll have another one.
That's correct. All right. Updates.
Let's do it. Should we start with the biggest update of the week?
I think we have to.
So last week we spoke about the Jeffree holiday collection. I did put some photos on the screen after I'd edited it. It was a day before it was going up.
To go live.
And I was like, damn you, Jeffree. Because I woke up to use a video. I'm like, damn it. So
fucking couldn't just wait one day.
Couldn't wait, buddy. You couldn't wait. So I had to re-edit to that and just put some photos in. So you had some information. But essentially, he's shown the whole Christmas collection plus a couple of other things.
Yeah.
So we did see the alien palette, and it does look like an alien.
It does.
I have had a few people post about comparisons to, I think it was
Hot Topic?
Hot Topic.
I think it's Hot Topic.
I think they had an alien palette and a lot of people are like, it's copying. And I'm like, it's just the same shape. Everything else is different.
Yeah.
Whatever. But we can see what's inside. And
I feel like an alien head is an alien head.
Yeah. Let's be real. It's the same shape.
Just because Hot Topic did it doesn't really mean no one else can do it.
Yeah, it's true. But we've seen what's inside, and like we said in the last video, this is the same formula as the Blood Sugar palette. So if you like those formulas, you will like this. What do you think of the shades in here?
Oh, it's not for me.
Yeah, look, I'm going to say, this is a polarizing palette. A lot of people are saying they hate it. A lot of people are saying they love it. It's the next coming of Jesus. They can't wait. I get it, but I'm going to tell you that if this was in a standard shaped palette, I would probably like it more.
Oh, that's fair.
If this was actually in just a normal palette, I probably wouldn't buy it, but I think I'd go, maybe.
Yeah.
But, okay, what he's done. He's gone some wearable colours. He's gone a lot of, not straight up green colours, but a lot of green toned colours.
Yep.
So you can see there's a straight up green called Alien. There is a chartreuse yellow called Abduction. There's a beautiful teal called Flying Saucer. And then you have more of a greeny gold called Moonrock. And then you have a blue-brown pigment colour called Probe. So there are a lot of greens in here. There are a lot of greys in here. There are some purpley tones as well. One true purple, and then some mauvey sort of colours. So I kind of like what he's done, and I think you could create a lot of looks out of this. It's just about whether or not these vibe with what you want to wear and if you want to spend the money. I can vibe with some of the shades.
I think it's different. I think it's appropriate for his particular range of palettes that he's got. you know, I don't have an issue with any of it. I don't look at it and go, this is trash. I just don't,
I sort of vibe with some of the colours, and then others I'm like, I wouldn't use them.
Yeah.
But I think, I get the references. I like the names. I like the X-Files. There's so many names in here that are kind of cool. Tall grey, it's a type of alien. You know, there's some, like, it's really well thought out, so I sort of respect it, but I also respect that it's not for everyone. I do like the little flying saucer and the little alien
that's
head
really
detail.
Cute. I
think
like
that's
that.
a cool
I
detail.
think it's a nice touch.
Then we have the liquid lipsticks, and the packaging is rad. So this packaging, it's got a white cap and it's got a clear tube. But there is, what does he describe it as? I think he describes it as gold fire glitter in the plastic. So when it catches a light, it almost looks like a fiery glitter, which I think is really cool. The colours in the range, we saw the metallic blue. You were spot on with you're still on the property. That being a deep metallic blue. Spot on with that.
Someone did actually trigger a memory for me in the comments of the last video. They said when they were doing the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star video and they were at Walmart and they told them, someone from Walmart asked them to leave.
Yes.
And then someone came out of Walmart and said to them, you're still on the property. So that's where that particular shade comes from. And I knew that I knew the reference, but I was like, can't work out where it was, but it was and
I do remember seeing that.
I love it. It's kind of like a jab at that, and I like it.
Speaking of jabs, what about the Jeffree Who jab?
I love it too. Look, he's not petty, is he? He's not holding on to that grudge.
Doesn't hold on to grudges. So if you're not sure what we're talking about, Kat Von D had a shade called Jeffree.
Yes.
And she did say that she was removing it from her range, but then he was on her website for 2 years.
Ages
and
afterwards.
it looks like Jeffree Who is a dupe for that.
Yes.
So it's a little jab.
She had put a video up of her wedding, and I can't remember if it was...
That's where Jeffree Who came in. Yes.
So
yes,
I think it was on Instagram or something, and someone had left a comment saying Jeffree's going to be watching this, and she responded Jeffree Who.
Yes.
And look, when I saw that, I was just like... I thought it was hilarious.
Look,
I actually think it's kind of funny.
Yes.
But it is it's perpetuating the drama. So,
see, I think, look, it is perpetuating the drama, and I think to some degree, sometimes you just got to move on.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
But I think it's a very smart way to have a slight jab.
It is. Yeah.
Because it's sort of like a few references combined. I think it's all right. The other shades that we have, so Jeffree Who is a medium berry wine. I don't see it. It's a pink.
Neither do I. It's a pink.
It's a pink. Can't Relate is a warm, soft nude. Then we've got Clout, which is a metallic lavender. It's a very frosty sort of alien-looking shade, so that makes sense. Triggered is a dark plum brown with reflect glitter. Scandal is a light mauve with glitter. Karma is a warm army green, I think. It says worn. I actually copied this from Jeffree's description box. I don't know if that was my phone auto-correcting it. Warm army green, and Hi How Are Ya, which we saw last week, was a deep burgundy with glitter. So the shades they're not particularly Christmassy. They're just extra shades that sort of he doesn't have in his collection. So. Also, the Velour liquid lipsticks are $18. These lip ammunitions are $18 as well. And the palette was $54, I think.
I think so. Or
52.
Oh, 52.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, 52. So the lip ammunitions are a satin with glitter. So he's done satin formulas before, but these are glittery satins. So they can be used on their own or as a lip topper. So that's the point of them. They're all sort of... Besides the green, they all sort of look translucent.
Yeah.
And then you have Alien Tears, Galaxy Gold, Area 51, and Beam Me Up. So there you go. That's those there. Then we also have 4 scents of velour lip scrubs, which are $12 each. So we've got Eggnog, Pumpkin Pie, Salted Caramel, and French Toast.
Yum.
He's also got a makeup bag, which is a white vinyl-y sort of looking bag with green glitter in it. So green iridescent glitter.
Yep.
He also showed 2 upcoming bags that aren't releasing on the 9th. It's releasing soon, and there's like a metallic greeny yellow bag, and also like what looks like a
almost looks like
glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark
travel bag. So those are sneak peeks of what are being released next. So yeah, it's all releasing 9th of November, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, if you want to get your hands on some new Jeffree Star.
Excellent. All right, let's update this Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette.
Mm-hmm.
It's a palette.
Yes, it is a palette.
Yes.
So we've seen it. It's got the new pan shapes that she spoke about. It's $44, coming out on the 16th. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 12 uniquely formulated shades. I don't know what that means exactly. A lot of people are sort of digging this.
Yeah.
I've heard from multiple people, especially people in the comments of Instagram, saying that this is what they wanted the Urban Decay Naked Cherry to be. This has some more shades that they were after, some more like that second shade, that chocolate mousse. Could look like a chocolate-coated cherry.
Yeah.
You've got cherry juice, which looks more like a cherry. So I can get that a little bit. Some people are digging it.
Yeah. Update on Huda Holiday lip tins.
Yep.
We've seen these in person. We were sent one last Christmas each, and they're actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and last Christmas, like those ones are still out.
Yeah, you can still get them.
You can still get them, but last Christmas they even had like details of like lip creases,
lines in
and
it
was creepier than these. These actually look a lot more these look more Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I kind of love the colour of these.
I like the colour too.
I'm digging these.
Yeah.
So these are the lip tins. We've got a festive red glitter one. This is exclusive to Selfridges. It's currently retailing for $32.
I wonder if it's US dollars.
Yeah,
definitely
that's
US dollars. Yep.
And that one contains Saucy and Cheerleader.
Yeah, so Cheerleader is the mini matte liquid lipstick and the lip liner
pencil.
colour,
Yep.
and Saucy is the sort of topper colour, which is ironically the one in the glitter, the topper in the glitter tin is a sort of sheen, whereas the topper in the shiny tin is a glitter.
I know.
Whatever.
Got to catch them all.
Yeah. True.
I'm kind of getting these vibes off these tins.
Yeah.
And then we have the red metallic one, and this looks like it's got an iridescent shift to it a little bit.
It's pretty.
The tin.
Yeah.
And it contains Heartbreaker in the lip pencil and the liquid lipstick, and Shameless in the lip strobe.
Yeah, so, and strangely, it's saying that one's $25.
Yeah.
But the other one's $32.
That might be Selfridges' little markup.
It could be. So yeah, if you think these are creepy, I get it.
Yeah,
I feel
get
ya. But if you did want to try these products, especially these sort of lip topper shades and whatnot, in minis, it's actually a fun little set, and you get the full lip liner. So I don't know. I think
I kind of like them.
I kind of like them.
I remember, like, last year when I saw the images, I was like, fuck
This is a horror show.
Yeah, I was like, get fucked. This is disgraceful.
Yeah.
Put it away.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to see that. And then a subscriber sent them to us, and I was like, oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, they're
so good.
They're actually kind of cool.
Yeah, so...
But I think, like, I'm all about, especially liquid lipsticks or lip toppers in minis. You don't wear bright reds every day.
Yeah.
And you don't wear glitter lip toppers every day. So in a mini, and these are permanent products, so if you like them, you can just go and buy the full size.
Excellent.
Keep the tin.
Exactly. And the tin is really cool.
Yeah, it's
I like
cute.
it. I love the one that we've got. It's great.
Yeah, I agree.
Jouer Holiday. So we've seen the collection. This is not currently on the Jouer website.
Coming out on the
8th.
The 8th, which should have been early this morning.
Yes.
When you're watching this.
Yes.
Or something.
Something like that. There are some packs on Sephora at the moment, but we'll go through it. So there's the Making Magic set. This is $52. It contains the Ultrafoil eyeshadow palette and the Ultrafoil eye topper in Constellation. So you've got like a metallic foily palette and a metallic black lip top eye topper. Mm-hmm. Looks like a magnificent metal. Mm-hmm. 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 Then we have a Lucky and Luminous set. No, it's a cream highlighter palette. $40. Okay. good. Oh, yes. 4-pan palette.
All creams.
All creams.
$40. That's going to be a no from me, thanks.
I don't need that in my life. That hurts my feelings. Then we've got Get Charmed. This contains lip toppers in Ethereal and Enchanted and lip creams in Charmed, Karma, Fortunate and glosses in... Fortune, sorry. And glosses in Atora and Lucky Street. It's $36. I'm assuming they're all minis.
Yeah, they do all look like minis, don't they? Yeah. I think the eye topper in that Making Magic set looks like a deluxe size as well.
Okay, cool. Make-A-Wish eye brush set, $42. It includes a bag and it's only got 4 little brushes in there. There's the Lucky in Love lip cracker. This is $28. It contains a lip topper in Love Spell and a lip cream in Naked. Great. Then we have the Lucky and Charmed lip cracker. Wait, did I just read that? Oh no, I was so confused.
Oh, Lucky in Love and Lucky and Charmed.
Yeah, Lucky and Charmed lip cracker, $25, contains a lip scrub and a lip enhancer.
And they've also brought back a highlighter that I think was in their last Christmas collection and sold out really quickly.
Yeah, it's ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that highlighter is now made permanent or it's just back for the holiday season. I think it looks like it's made permanent.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are sort of excited about that because it's one that did sell out pretty quickly and it was well received. So
good.
Jouer are trying to confuse us with some are being sold at Sephora now, some are coming on the 8th, some are... Who the fuck knows?
Who knows? Fuck, man.
You can't buy the eyeshadow palette individually. You have to buy it with a black topper because we're trying to get rid of excess stock.
What is this? Fenty?
I don't know. It's confusing.
Next I'll be selling on TVSN. And
that's true. They probably already do.
I think they
might.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, speaking of fun shit, not really. Kat Von D, months ago we saw her drawing up something to do with crushes.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, and her caption was kind of... I felt like it was really passive aggressive because she said, like, instead of just pumping out products, like, for the sake of it, I'm like, coming up with innovative shit.
I do remember
we'll
that.
try and find the original caption. I think we do have it, but I felt like it was very.
It was a bit bitter, wasn't it?
It was almost like when you break up with a boyfriend or you have a fight with a boyfriend and you're like 6 years old and you post a Facebook like status update and it's really passive aggressive. That's the vibe that I got from it.
I'm going to find it.
Yeah. Here we go.
Look, let's jog down memory lane, shall we?
Snuggle down. Mum is going to read you a bedtime story.
I'm going to get my cup of coffee because this is fun.
Finished up some lettering for packaging for this upcoming Kat Von D Beauty Crushes idea I had. Instead of just pumping out products for the sake of making sales during seasons every year, I thought it would be better to release these special one-off products that don't necessarily belong to a particular collection and are just great products that stand alone on their own. My plan is to release these crushes randomly throughout the year. Oh, get fucked. We're going to be talking about this for months. Once a formulation meets my extremely high standards...
I've tried some of your liquid lipsticks.
Yes, snap! And just let you guys enjoy these special pieces as they come without the pressure of an industry dictating when I should launch products. In my opinion, I don't believe we should feed into this consuming culture where we just buy stuff for the sake of having the latest product. I just want to make blah blah, shut up. So, we've seen the first one.
We have seen the first one.
And what is it?
Boring.
Fucking generic, sparkly, metallic, gold, what looks like gel.
It's a glitter gel for face and body in a gold shade.
And it looks like it's got a MAC label.
Yeah, it does look like it does look like a MAC label. Yeah. Holy shit, that looks like a paint pot.
I know.
Kat Von D is copying. But it looks like what they're going to do is bring out these crushes in these bags and just have like a new item. But yeah, this is a gold gel for face and body.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Fucking riveting
But do you know what's great about it? Meets her extremely high standards. Good on you, love.
So excited
Good
for
on
you,
you,
darling.
Love.
Enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, an update.
Yes.
I'm just going to run through this really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
The Oh my God, I don't want to say this again.
I'm going to do it. I'm so excited. Lancome Rose Highlighter. It's not.
It's not.
Oh, that's it.
Shit. We're not making fun of the French. We're just making fun of ourselves because we can't say
we are so bad.
People in the comments said, I got it right, more right than you, except that you just can't do, it's not a like, on the end.
Right.
And I don't know how to say poudre.
Poudre? No, I don't know.
It is, anyway,
Look,
the Rose
Highlighter.
Anyway, it's out in Australia, and this came out on the 1st. It actually came out a little bit early, but it was scheduled for the 1st of November. It's out. It's online exclusive. So if you did want to pick this up, I don't know why you want to, but it's online exclusive. Yeah. We did order it. We're still waiting for it to arrive. So as soon as we get our grubby little hands on it, we will do something with it.
Our grubby little not French hands.
And my little swatchy hands.
Yes.
We will do something with it, but along with that, they released the holiday collection in Australia. So I'm going to run through it really quickly.
Let's do it.
There's a Christmas cushion case. So if you like their cushion foundations.
I really like the look of this.
Yeah, it's a sparkly, like encapsulated gold and black case. So if you want that, there's also 3 shades of lipstick. So they've got the sparkly gold cases, Lancome with the little sparkly detailing on the bullet. Then we have the eyeshadow palette, which I'm going to be a bit weird and say I don't want it. But that looks like it makes some mad smoky eyes.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
The colours, I understand the colours. I'm not sure it would be a completely cohesive palette for me, but I kind of like it.
I think if you were the type of person that loved wearing like a black eyeshadow base and then you put glitters over the top and you smoke it out, this actually is not a bad one.
Yeah.
Not my style, but I want to swatch this in store. This looks really interesting. There's also a lip palette, so it's got, it's got six shades.
2 toppers.
2 toppers.
Yeah.
They look like glosses that have a little flap over it, which is good.
Yeah, and a little bit sparkly. For the holiday season.
Yeah. And like a cool toned and then a warm toned.
Yeah.
We've got the advent calendar. So if you wanted the advent calendar, go check it out. And then we've got a Visionaire set. Visionaire is actually quite nice.
I love Visionaire. It's great. So, good stuff.
I've also on the screen got all the information about the advent calendar.
So pause it if you want to check it out.
Yes.
And
skip it if you don't want to.
That's correct.
There we go.
Great. All right, let's update this Lime Crime holiday collection. We have a little bit more information. So we have seen the 3 Venus XS palettes.
Yeah.
They come in the shades Silver, Rose Gold, and Solid Gold. These are retailing. We've got Aussie prices here, $28.49.
Yeah, so it's all available already on the website. So if you wanted them, you can get them.
Yeah.
There is a mini lip bundles. There's 4 shades available. There's the Best of Lips bundles. Once again, you get 4 products in these. These are minis. You can see them on the screen. But the new thing that we didn't talk about and didn't know about is that there are new Diamond Dew sort of sparkly liquid eyeshadows. So these are like holiday shades. So we have Starry Eyed, Luster, Tinsel, Gold Dust, Magnet. I was going to say magnetic. Just so used to bloody magnetic thing. I don't know. I don't even know why. Packaging. That's right. I'm like, why do I say it so often? Magnetic packaging.
This one is
Holy Shift.
No, I was hoping she'd have a reading error on that one. Holy shit.
I actually, that's probably the one I want out of all of them.
That is actually a really, really beautiful purple
And
colour.
I reckon it's called Holy Shift because it goes blue to purple.
Yeah, I reckon it would.
I want it.
That's a very pretty one.
Yeah, so I think you've got, it's an interesting little bunch of them.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about these.
There's also a Spin the Dial lip set. This is a little bit confusing. We're pretty sure it contains 3 mini velveteens, so the matte liquid lipsticks in classic shades, and 3, we don't know if these are full size or minis, but they're the cherry glosses.
The wet cherry glosses in new shades.
3 new limited edition shades to that pack.
Yeah. correct. We got there in the end.
It took us 16 minutes.
Took us a while. All right, last week we did talk briefly about Spectrum Collections bringing out Snow White products.
Yep.
Now, I did put photos on the screen because I did see them when editing, but let's run through them really quickly.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the collection includes 2 makeup bags. One is Snow White and one is the Evil Queen. These are very reminiscent of Spectrum cosmetic bags.
Yes,
you'll be familiar with them.
Yeah, so if you like the bags, you will like this collection.
Yes.
If you don't, skip this one too.
Yes. Then we've got the Bad Apple Roll and 12-piece brush set. I thought this was a clutch bag at first.
I thought it was a clutch bag too.
And I loved it. I was like, I'm going to sell my soul to the devil for this. But... It's not. It's a brush roll.
Oh, but you can put your money in it and then roll it up.
I could definitely do that.
You can make it work if you really
take it out in public and just lay it on the thing and pull out
Where's
my fucking
credit card?
Yeah.
You could
make it work. Then we have the Bad Apple 12-piece brush set. We've got the I've got a rage about this. The Bad Apple acrylic storage. Yeah. That's an apple, is it? Did nobody at Spectrum go, guys, that looks like a pumpkin?
Look, that face does look like the image in the movie.
It does,
but I don't think that is the colour of it, is it?
I don't know.
I
can't
put a
remember.
photo on the screen, but
yeah, I get it. I understand what it is, but I don't approve.
Yeah, the shape is correct. The colour is wrong.
Yes.
And it does look a bit like a pumpkin. A mouldy pumpkin.
A mouldy melting pumpkin.
Yeah.
Then we have the mirror bag and 10-piece brush set. You can also get the brushes without the bag. The bag does say fairest of them all on it. And we also have, I need this. I don't know how to get this.
No, see, I hear you.
Yeah.
And this is something that I also was looking at.
Yeah.
However, have you seen it up close?
No.
So this is a handheld mirror, and it says fairest of them all. It's like, I thought it was metal.
Oh.
It's like a mock leather. If honestly that was a mirror that was metal, down. I think that's totally cool.
I think Besame did one.
Yeah, they did with the Snow White.
It said fairest of them all on it.
Yeah.
And it was actual metal.
Yes.
Like a gold
Tarte
color.
uses it all the time.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful.
It's beautiful. If it was like that, down.
You'd be all over
but
it.
It's like, it'd be holding a cheap bag.
Can you imagine grubby, you're putting on makeup, holding that mirror while you're fucking filming it for YouTube. Can you imagine all the fucking... That thing would be dirty in seconds.
Yeah. So I like the idea of it. I really don't like the execution.
I didn't realise that it was...
Yeah, it looks like they cheaped out on the execution of it. Which is a shame. But that is already out if you wanted it.
Yes.
All right, before we get on to new stuff, it's Editing Cat here, and I just wanted to chime in with some new stuff that is sort of relevant now, and I should tell you before next week. So firstly, there's some big news that Covergirl is now certified Leaping Bunny cruelty free. So they're certified by Cruelty Free International, which means all their products are cruelty free everywhere they're sold. So that's awesome news. They're now the biggest makeup company to be certified cruelty free. So that's awesome. If you like Covergirl, there's another reason to like them. All right, the second big news is from Colourpop. So they have announced that on the 9th of November, so soon, they're releasing their collaboration with Bretman Rock. So yeah, they snuck that one up on us. So the collection is made up of two halves, and they're sort of inspired by the colours of the Filipino flag. So one collection is very red toned, very fiery. It's got fire on the packaging, gold detailing, and it's the lit part of the collection. And then there's also a wet part of the collection that is more water, blue, silver packaging with water designs on it. So for the lit part of the collection, there is a very sort of red, yellow warm toned 8-pan palette for $12. There's a glitterally obsessed body glitter, which is like reds and golds. That's $8. There's an ultra satin lip, which is $6.50. It's a red. And then also an ultra glossy lip, which is $6. And it's got like a shimmery lip gloss formula. Then there's a Super Shock cheek blush for $8, and it's like a reddy coral shade. I believe there's also going to be a lip kit for $16 that contains the 2 lip products and also a lip liner. For the wet collection, there's also the same items but different colours. So we've got a more cool-toned blue, turquoise, silvery eyeshadow palette, a glitter that's silvers and blues, a nude ultra satin lip, a sort of slightly blue-toned ultra glossy lip, and a more orangey blush. So once again, those are releasing on the 9th of November. Also on the 9th of November, we've seen Sigma releasing a new collab eyeshadow and cheek palette with Beauty Bird. So this palette contains 18 eyeshadows, a mix of mattes and shimmers and colourful and nude, and 2 highlighter shades as well as a double-ended brush. So that's out on the 9th. Another thing that's already released is by the Balm. It's the Lou-Manizer'sQuad. So it's a quad of their highlighters. So it's got Mary Lou-Manizer, Cindy Lou-Manizer, but it's got 2 new shades that are exclusive to this set. So it's got Penny Lou-Manizer, which looks like a soft sort of lemon yellow highlighter, and also Emma Lou-Manizer, which is a white highlighter. So those 2 shades exclusive to this set, and it's currently available for $29.50 at thebalm.com. Then on the screen, you'll see Dose of Colours hinting at a collab. So this is either being revealed on the 12th of November or launching on the 12th of November. So we will talk more about this next week. It's been a busy week, guys. Okay, so the last thing that we will cover more next week is the debacle with the Stila Cosmetics new Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows and their shitty swatching, photoshopping business. You'll see it on the screen. It's causing dramas. We'll probably talk more about it next week. All right, let's get back to what was actually recorded. Do you guys remember a while ago, after the April Fool's debacle yes. of the, what was it called? Icy
Betch, yeah.
We'll put it on the screen. They did actually show this, saying that they were reading comments and exciting and colourful things are in the works. And a lot of people were saying, oh, they're trying to now scramble to create the Icy Betch palette. They're not, but they have shown a brand new palette that's coming out. We don't know when it's coming out, but a lot of people are really interested. So it is their most boldest, brightest palette yet. Which is true.
It's
but
true.
Ironic. It's not actually that bold or bright.
It's not.
But for Tarte, this is extreme. This is like a rainbow palette for Tarte. They're bringing out 20 all new shades and formulas. And this is going to be in the Tarteist palette range. And this is going to be called the Pro Remix. Yeah. So similar to the Pro palette, the Tarteist Pro big one, that had 4 rows of 4 mattes, and then it had 1 row of duochrome shimmers. This is a mix of shimmers and mattes all over the joint, but they do have different colours, and each row sort of has a different sort of vibe to it, which I quite like. What do you think?
Look, I see what they're trying to do, but I think they're just...
See, I'm not sure. I feel like what disappoints me the most is possibly the circle shades.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're going to be more special in real life.
I think they're all going to be quite special because with the Tarteist Pro palette, they were the special shades. Like, I honestly think if they were creating a colourful palette, they should have made it all the circle formula.
Yes.
Like these really rich duochrome, like saturated. They're lovely. They're fucking lovely. They should have just done a whole palette.
They
like that.
might have though, but they might have just kept the same pan formula to stick with the rest of the range. I'm going to go out on a limb and so I think that Beat Drop, which looks like a grey with silver glitter, I reckon that's going to be more special than it is. Definitely think Create. It just looks like a sort of brown with a green shift. I think that's going to be more special as well. And I know a lot of people don't like this and a lot of people do like this. I'm actually in the I do like camp.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. I like some colour, but I don't like all colour. And we'll get to an all colour palette soon that I'm not a big fan of. But I feel like, you know, there's a nice mix between wearable colour, nudes, and pops of colour.
Yeah.
Whereas I think you can go down the row and create some bomb looks.
Yeah, I think you can absolutely create some cool looks with what they've got going on there. I think the second row across, I think that sort of defeats the purpose of the palette.
It does, but I think the fact that they look sort of cool toned makes them a bit more current to me.
Yeah. You know what I think throws this palette off for me?
What?
The fact that they've got that stupid paint splatter thing all over it. I'm like...
I think if it was just black or something, it would look really cool.
Urban Decay to me.
It does look Urban Decay. But I actually think that these are colours that I would wear. I would prefer that orange to be matte, but these are colours that I could easily wear while keeping it sort of in my comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas I think people that love colour, this will not be enough for you. People who love nudes won't like this. Yeah. But if you're in the middle where you're like, I love a bit of a pop of colour, but I also want to keep it wearable and I want to be able to wear this teal colour or this burgundy colour as a pop to the office.
Yeah.
This is a palette for you, I think.
This is one of those palettes that I think I need to see in person.
Yeah.
Because I think no matter what images they put online, I'm just going to be like, this is I'm not going to buy the eyes. Yeah. Like, they're not selling this to me with pictures. This is the sort of thing I need to see in person.
I'm going to say this almost feels like it's Urban Decay Born to Run minus a lot of browns.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and a lot of people love that palette, and that's a palette that I wouldn't mind owning. I think the combinations look really nice.
Yeah.
I feel like that is more of a, I'm going to say, and this is going to make me sound like a real tosser, a little bit more of an urban feel, because I feel like if you take out all the browns and the warm tones and you put in a few like greys and cool tones, all of a sudden it feels more urban.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just put in a lot of browns, you feel like Morphe. So I think that they've done a good job with balancing colour with nude. It's very hard for Tarte to do.
You do need, I personally think when you have a bright palette that you need nudes to pair it with.
I do. That's why I don't like full-on rainbow palettes.
Yeah.
Because I never reach for them.
No. Since we were talking about colourful palettes and referencing a palette, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. We're on to new stuff.
This is new. So Morphe has hooked up with James Charles to do a collaboration. Mm-hmm. Straight off the bat, I'm like, here's your new cash cow. This is...
Move over, Jacqueline.
Watch out, James. Watch out. You've seen what's happened to Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got a palette and a brush set.
Mm-hmm.
So the palette is called the James Charles 39 Shade Artistry palette. This is replacing the 35B palette, which I believe has been long since discontinued.
Yeah, that was out last Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And he was the face of that.
No. That's a 39A palette. Yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
And I will say they actually look very, very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially what he did was he took that palette and
tweaked
it to be what he wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 39 pan palette. This is retailing for $39. It comes with different formulas. There's mattes, there's pressed pigments, there's metallics, there's one that's like a pressed glitter, all that jazz. He said, I watched his video. Let me bring up my notes. He said about the pressed pigment shades, he explained what a pressed pigment shade is. Literally, pigment pressed. Eyeshadows contain other fillers to make them perform the best.
That's not actually the definition of them, though.
That's what he said in his video. So he said that he admitted that pressed pigments are harder to work with and require special techniques to use. He said that they perform best when they're packed on with a flat brush. He said that this is what he said, I'm quoting him, he usually uses Shape Tape or concealer as a primer, but does not recommend this for these eyeshadows. He says that he personally thinks primer is a scam, eyeshadow primer, but he recommends eye primer as a base, as he says that the formula will work best over an eyeshadow primer that has been formulated to be used on the eyes.
How is it a scam then?
I don't know.
And does he not realise using a concealer is like using a primer? It's just...
Yeah.
Fuck, man, these children.
So that's pretty much the gist of what I took from that palette. He also talked about, you know, like the names and the colours have meaning to him and stuff like that. The large pans in the center, one of them is like a matte white that's very, very, you know, you can build it up, make it really opaque. There's a highlighting shade in there and other transition shades. Top row is meant to be like shades that will make a look more neutral and wearable. The bottom is like his rainbow. He said that he wanted a palette that, you know, you could take as a beginner or as a makeup artist and put it in your kit.
He's a bit delusional, this boy.
Honestly, no fucking self-respecting makeup artist is putting Morphe in their kit, but okay, good for you. He also mentioned like he wanted it to be a palette that everyone could use, from like people who like nude eyeshadow looks to drag queens who want like insane color and insane pigmentation, and they're doing really artistic, beautiful work. So that's what he wanted to create in this palette.
Look, I think firstly, eyeshadow primers, not a scam.
No.
Secondly, pressed pigments, they generally do have more than just pigment. Yeah. They do need binders, they do need other products, and the reason why brands call them pressed pigments is because they're generally using pigments that aren't eye safe. So they can't legally label them as an eyeshadow. Yep. So that's the difference between them. If there's issues with applications and needing a scam of an fucking eye primer to make it work, I feel like they're trying to get the pigmentation over. Similar to maybe something like Subculture, you're jeopardizing the application for the pigmentation.
As soon as he said that the pigments are harder to work with and require a special technique, I watched a car accident in my brain. I'm like, I'm predicting it. This is what's going to happen. Everything he swatched really nicely. A lot of the metallics were sort of live swatches, like you could see him doing them. There were a lot of mattes that I noticed. There was like a jump cut.
Yes.
And I couldn't tell if it had been pre-swatched. And
a few people said the black was, you could definitely tell.
Yeah, there was a couple where it looked like it had been swatched twice. So yeah, as I was watching it, I was kind of like,
they should name it "Don't Piss on Me and Tell Me It's Raining" palette.
Yeah, I know.
Look, I'm going to say though that this palette, so he's releasing a brush set as well, which we'll go into in a second. I'm going to say this palette, it's not for me, but I don't think it's a bad palette.
Yeah.
I think if you really want pretty much a beginner colourful palette, I would say go for this.
I agree, and I actually I like the look of the colours in the palette more than I like them swatched in the video. So I can see why people would be drawn to it, but now that I've seen them swatched, I'm like, literally don't need 98% of what's in there.
Yes.
Just need to use what I already have.
Yeah.
I do think it is way too similar to the 39A.
We'll have a comparison screen.
Yeah, I'm just like, why? Anyway, I don't know. No.
I look at it and I go, there's one colour that I'm drawn to, and the rest I'm like, I don't fucking need it. The top, if you take away the two bottom rows, it looks like a Morphe palette.
It is exactly a Morphe palette. I feel like James was like, you know, I've tried to include wearable shades with colours to make it wearable. You can have nude looks if you want. You can have wearable colourful looks or just colourful looks, and I'm like, James, you just created a fucking Morphe palette. Like, it's not different
No.
It's not actually different to Morphe palettes.
It's just got more colour, like more greens, blues and purples than your regular Morphe palette. Whereas if you look at Jaclyn Hill's, she had one green, one blue, one purple, whereas this has multiples.
Multiples,
I don't know.
I can understand that he's like excited and proud and all that stuff, and good for him. You know,
he comes across as a little bit arrogant, though.
He does. I actually felt that way when I was watching the video. I was kind of struggling. I was like, "Oh my god, this is like another 40 minutes of."
But once again, I would prefer to buy every one of those coloured Huda palettes than this.
That. Yeah.
Because I just would never reach for it. So, but what's the dates of the brush?
Okay, so the brush set is a 34-piece collection. It also comes with one of their makeup sponges, Morphe makeup sponge, and a case, like a big travel case. So the brush set is $149. Like I said, 34 pieces. And essentially, it contains face brushes and eye brushes. Also, here's something I didn't get. He was talking about, like, he had a double-ended brow, like, angled brush and spoolie.
Yep.
And he's like, I don't use these. I use pencils. But if you guys like them, there's one in there. And I'm just like...
So it's not even something that you'd use. That's the thing. Like, if you're going... I understand wanting to please people... But if you're going to put your name on something and if you don't actually endorse it yourself, don't fucking put it in there.
No, I didn't get that. When he said it, I actually rewound that part and listened to it 3 times because I was listening to it on 2 times speed to get through it. I was like, did I hear that correctly? Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, 2 of the brushes that are in there are actually brushes that he helped to design. So there is the E62 angled nose contouring brush. This is a small, fluffy, angled brush. It looks like an angled eyeshadow blending brush. It is for contouring the nose. There is also the M456, and this is basically a mini M433. So the 433 is a blending eyeshadow brush, and the 456, is that what it was? Yep, 456 is a mini version of that. The only other thing that really makes this a little bit different is the fact that the eye brushes in the set contain like multiples.
Yeah.
So some of them there are doubles, some of them there are triples. So
I actually don't hate that idea.
I like that idea.
Yeah, because the brushes that you use often, you want lots of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go,
it was
I want
the smartest
5
thing I heard him say in that video.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds harsh, but in terms of like, because he was talking about the set from like an artistry point of view. Like he referenced makeup artists, like working makeup artists a few times in that video. And so I know that he's like, you know, trying to encourage makeup artists to use the palette and the brushes and stuff. Good luck, son. And like he said, when you're like, you know, going between clients, you don't want to be like cleaning your brushes. You need to be fast. So you're reaching for clean brushes. So he thought the best thing to do was include multiples of the same brushes. Yeah. And it's true.
Yeah, but sense. Even in your everyday life, you can find that if you really like a particular blending brush, you don't want to have to spot clean that when you go into another colour. You just want to be able to use, you know, another clean brush. Yeah. So I think that, I agree with you. That's probably the smartest thing they've done in this collection, and I want more brush sets to start doing that.
Yeah.
And also, it's probably the one thing that because the other thing is that he's like blowing smoke up his own ass. It's like, look how good I am about putting a fucking rainbow in a palette with nudes.
This video, the release video, I felt like he's excited. I get it. And good on him. Mm-hmm. I'd be excited if I was doing a collaboration as well. But I did get that real, like, I'm trying to sell you shit vibe. Like you do off, like, Jaclyn Hill and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this is interesting. I think we've discovered Morphe's new cash cow. Yeah, that's...
Oh, they're putting...
Look, I know...
putting Jaclyn Hill out to pasture.
I know. That's... like, I know that sounds harsh, but let's look at the history of Morphe and the influences that they work with. And I think we're just watching the future unfold.
Yeah.
So the brush set retails for $149. Apparently, Trend Mood is claiming that you can buy the set of the palette and the brushes for $180. However, James said in his video that you can buy the bundle for $188, which is $0 saving. And then he pushed his code.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, that's that. Let's move on.
Let's move fuck on.
Let's move on. All right, so we've seen some sneak peeks of the Dior Spring.
It's not time yet.
I know. Stop it.
Stop it.
The Dior Spring collection.
I haven't put up my Christmas tree yet.
I know.
So angry.
But this collection looks pretty cool.
I love it.
So it's been shown to some like bloggers and Instagrammers in other countries. So we don't have heaps of details, but you can see here there are some pastel matte liners, one in orange, one in blue. There are these beautiful lip glosses, tinted lip glosses that have that sort of candy.
Yeah. Like a pinwheel type.
Oh, it's so cool.
Isn't it beautiful? I'd love to get one of these. Actually, look, I've got the original lip glow from Dior, and I don't mind it. It's not the best thing. It's a very bougie lip balm. But I feel like I would like one of these. Just one.
Yeah, the peachy one looks cool.
That's
There's
the
also
one I
a pink
like.
and a purple.
Yeah.
We've also got some lipsticks, those ones that have like the two-toned. There's 4 nail polishes, some lip maximizer lip plumpers, and a beautiful pink blush with that spiral design as well.
Yeah.
So this is very spring, and it's kind of fun.
It's very spring. Yeah. I think it's fun too. I think Dior are up with the times, but also being like I feel like they've chosen a theme and they're like, right, this is what we're doing for spring. It's got a little bit of like carnival playtime. Yeah. Like candy lollies as well. Yeah, I really like it, which makes me think of like, you know, spending time with mum and friends, and it feels light, it feels nice. Yeah, I think they've done a good job. There's a new palette from Etude House. This is called the Best Loved Play Color Eyes palette. Contains 15 of their best-selling eyeshadow single shades. Interesting. So it's got a nude feel with hints of red
and pink.
Yeah.
But if that's their best-selling shades, that pretty much sums up the sort of Korean Japanese eyeshadow trend as well. So, you know, there you go.
I think if you are into the Korean and Japanese eyeshadow trend, their eyeshadows, they are very beautiful, but it is a soft wash of colour. If you're into that, I can see you liking this palette. Yeah. So if you would like it, it is available to you now. Inglot has released a Wicked collection. So this is based around the stage show Wicked. Basically, it's green eyeshadows and nude eyeshadows and green-inspired stuff.
Yes. It does have limited edition packaging. So this was similar to when they did was it Chicago?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, they did the Chicago collection last year, where they took popular existing products in their range, made a capsule collection and put limited edition packaging on it, but not like super limited. They just printed Chicago on it. Yeah.
So look, if you like Wicked or you're into any of the colours that are going on here, you should check it out.
All right, just to clarify, so yes, the packaging of everything just has Wicked on it. Okay, so on the website, they don't actually have pre-made palettes like the J.Lo collection had, but they do have a Freedom System palette that has a Wicked design on it for $11 US. So you buy the palette, you put whatever single eyeshadows. I think it looks like it's 3 eyeshadows and a face powder. Palette. They also have 2 eyeliner gels, one green, one black. So that's a standard black eyeliner gel. They have body sparkles, nail and body art glitter that's green, and 2 pigments, one that's purple and one that's green. So these all, like you can see, have Wicked printed on the packaging. It's not super exciting. I think all these products, or most of these products, are pretty much existing products with different packaging.
Yep.
All right, a couple of things from Kylie. Firstly, we've seen that she's releasing a bunch of high shine glosses. So she's released these in some sort of capsule collections as limited edition, and now she's releasing 7 of them in sort of nudes and pinks and bronzes as a permanent addition to the range. So those are coming soon. We don't have a date yet, but, you know, they're high shine lip glosses, I believe. Then she's also announced that she's releasing a lip kit with her mum.
It's called Todd Kranes.
Yeah, so it's called Todd Kranes, and it's to celebrate her mum's birthday. So it released on the 5th of November, and it's like a light peachy nude sort of colour. And I think, like, I've never watched the Kardashians in my life.
I've watched like 3 episodes. One where they were obsessed with some sort of salad. It's the only one I remember.
That's about right.
It's the only one I remember.
Supposedly someone called her up, and like one of them called her up, and that was the prank name that they gave or something.
Right. Yep.
So it's a new special edition lip kit. Now, I don't know what special edition means. Is it just special edition packaging? Is it limited edition?
Yeah,
I don't know, but it's to celebrate her mum's birthday.
Cool. We have a new collection here. It is the lovely Hatice Schmidt. She's teamed up with... Look, I'm not super familiar with this brand.
I've never heard of this brand in my life.
Forgive me if I get this name wrong. Is it Love Cosmetics or Love Cosmetics?
Or L.O.V. Cosmetics.
L.O.V. Maybe. I'm not sure. But essentially, she has created a collection with them. So we've got an eyeshadow palette. It's called The Tea is Hot. This is €19.99. And it contains 15 shades.
I'm going to say that what I don't mind about this palette is the fact that it's taken Jaclyn Hill's Morphe palette and condensed it to 15 shades.
And I actually really like that.
I like that because that was my biggest issue with the Jaclyn Hill palette. There were so many redundant shades it was just irrelevant.
It looks like... Look, I haven't seen it in its full glory, but it looks like it's got a row of cool shades up the top, like cool neutrals. Then it's got some warmer shades in the middle, but also with a teal, a blue, and a yellow gold. And then now down the bottom, you've got warmer shades with like a purple. There's a white in there, and you've got like a
burgundy kind of colours.
Yeah, like reddy.
I don't mind
reddy colours.
See,
I actually like it.
The thing that I think will annoy some people is the pans being a bit off.
Okay, yeah.
But I think that this colour combination, I think it's smart, and I think this is where I was talking about before with the Tarte palette.
Yeah.
That this is very much, if you are on the edge of, I want colour, but I want a wearable palette that can work with the colour, you've got it. It's not a colourful palette. It's not a neutral palette. It's interesting. And the looks that she's created with it look really smoky and beautiful.
Yeah, I like it. So it says the selection of colours represent a perfect combination of neutral and expressive colour-intense shades. Matte, creamy and metallic textures unite all of Hatice's favourite colours. 15 highly pigmented eyeshadow shades with unique and individual names. Look, I'm not familiar with the brand.
Yeah.
But I don't hate what she's putting down.
So I'm not too sure when this palette is coming out. It does say that you can be notified, so it's on the website already, but there are other things in the collection as well.
Yes. So it looks like there's 2 pairs of false eyelashes. We have the 100 Berlin and the 110 Istanbul lashes. These are €8.99. And then we have the a bronzing powder, $10.99. We've also got some liquid lipstick.
So there's 4 shades.
I love the name of one of them. So there's 100, which is 1986. Is that the year she was born?
That's the year I was born. It's mine. I need it.
There we go. This one is a 110 and it's called Snitches. which I really like. We've got 120, which is Berlin.
And it's dark.
Oh, that's cute.
Yep.
Sorry, it's a dark purple. Yeah, I was skipping ahead, sorry.
It's a dark, like a really sort of blackened purple, which is really interesting. It's a beautiful
colour. And then we have 130, which is Hatice's shade. So that's...
more of a cool tone nude.
Probably her ideal nude. Yeah.
I don't mind it. Like, I can see some swatches here, and like I said, it's not revolutionary, but it's a well put together shade, like palette, neutrals, cools, warms. See, you got the berries down the bottom, like the cool shades, reds, and then pops of color. So, like, I think a lot of people will be able to dupe these. But if you wanted it all in one palette, or you wanted to support her, then you know.
One thing I know about Hatice is she has a very dedicated following.
She does.
When we talked about her Berlin Girl Glow,
which I'm wearing today.
Yes, I know. She actually sent us.
It's actually so beautiful.
She sent us both one each. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
that was
really sweet.
When we talked about that, she caught wind of it and she talked about the video, and her followers came in droves. And they are extremely supportive of her, which is beautiful. I think it's great. And I think with the palette that she's created, okay, maybe it's not revolutionary, but also not many palettes are these days. Kat and I are jaded by many of them. But I feel like she's created a palette that many people can buy and support her with.
I would prefer this over the Morphe.
So would I.
For sure.
Yeah.
So any day of the week. So I think it's a
because it's not a desk palette where you're opening it up and it's like...
analysis paralysis.
Exactly. It's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple but effective. And you've got wearable and colourful.
All right, let's move on to Maybelline. We have seen that they are releasing a Mickey Mouse 90th anniversary collection.
Yes.
So it's Mickey's 90th birthday. You'll probably see a lot of... I was in the shops the other day. All these... like, I think I saw jewellery shops. I saw clothing shops. All bringing out Mickey Mouse things. So they're really, making their money this time of year. Or this time of... I don't know, the 90th year, whatever. So Maybelline are onto it as well. Yep. So there's 2 City Mini palettes. One very cool toned... almost grey, and one is sort of cool toned and peach.
Yeah.
Peachy pink.
Yeah.
Interesting. But they've all got limited edition packaging, which is black and white and has this sort of like warped Mickey.
Yeah, it's trippy.
Yeah, it's a bit trippy, isn't it? There's also something called, and I don't know what it is, it's a super moisturizing complexion perfector, available in 3 shades. I'm going to say it looks like a cushion compact.
It does, yep.
And it could be a primer.
Potentially.
Or it could be a foundation product.
Yep. I saw that and I was like, what is it?
What is it?
What is it? I like the packaging on this particular item too.
Because you can see that 3D
design. It's really trippy. I kind of like it. I want to buy it. What is it?
Yeah.
Probably not coming to Australia.
Probably not. Then we've got a gift box with 6 mini-sized red lipsticks. So these, once again, have that same, colour sensational packaging, but it's got trippy Mickey Mouse packaging.
Yeah.
So that's everything that's coming out, and it's coming out in November. When? We're not 100% sure, but it is coming out. Can we also quickly, even though it's not Maybelline, let's talk about L'Oreal?
Yeah. So
shame on you, L'Oreal.
Yeah, shame. Get that shame bell.
Shame bell.
I'm going to find the shame bell while I'm talking about it.
And I'm going to sip my coffee while you do.
It was the Mary Poppins collection. Their stickers.
I know. I feel so bad. We had a lovely member of our Facebook group buy the whole set.
Yeah.
And then realise how shit the packaging is.
Yeah.
Shame on them. Not the people that bought it.
No,
not
you. Absolutely
shame
not.
on L'Oreal.
Shame.
Now somebody throw a rotten tomato at them. Seriously, that's so...
They look so trashy.
Bad.
They need to learn, like... If they're going to be paying for the rights to use a property that is loved property, do it some justice.
That's what... When I saw those photos, and people were saying that it happened with past collections as well, that we've talked about, and it really pisses me off, because people who buy stuff like that, they're buying it because they have nostalgic feelings for it. They have really good memories. They
got
love
other
it.
lipsticks.
They don't give a shit about your fucking lipsticks. They don't need that crap.
No.
They're not buying a vault of lipsticks because they
love the Colourpop fucking formula.
That's not what's happening here. Don't try and kid yourself. So when I see that happen, I'm like, that's really... that's just a shame.
But I also feel it's really fucking stupid of them as well, because the whole point of doing these collabs isn't just to make a quick buck, believe it or not, brands. You're not listening, L'Oreal, but if you were, it's not to make a quick buck. It's to showcase your product to people that wouldn't normally buy it.
Exactly.
So you need to put fucking A-grade lipsticks in there with A-grade packaging, so when people go... I'm after a new colour lipstick. I really loved those ones that I got because I love Mary Poppins and I bought that for that reason
I'm going to go back to that brand.
I'm going to go back and buy it because they've got me hooked.
Yep.
If you're going to put trash lipsticks, which I don't know what the quality of a lipstick's like,
know.
in trash packaging, then you are just wasting your time and losing customers.
Yeah.
Shame on
creating
you, fucking
landfill.
L'Oreal.
Yeah. I just think it's lazy. It is lazy.
Yeah,
and I don't like it.
Like, probably why they only put it in Europe.
Yeah. All right. More Maybelline. Let's run through it. This is the Matte Bar Palette. It includes 12 warm matte shades from soft and neutral to sun-baked brilliance. $9.99 US.
You liars. I see at least 3 cools in there.
Yeah,
4.
I know. Look, if you like Maybelline eyeshadows, there's a matte.
Inspired by the streets of New York City.
Is it? Is that what the colours are?
Well, I think the shape is, the design.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right, quickly, Mecca Max. So the Mecca home brand have released some new sort of bronzing products. So these are all cruelty free and vegan. So if you're in Australia or New Zealand and you wanted to get your bronze on with cruelty free vegan stuff, check out Mecca Max. They've got a mega bronzer, and I'm not kidding you when I say it's mega. It's like the size of the...
I dare you to pan that next year.
Fuck, maybe. I'm like, fuck, challenge accepted. It is the size of maybe the... Marc Jacobs?
Yeah.
Marc Jacobs one? It's huge. It's massive.
Yeah.
They've also got like this body blender. So they call it the Beauty Bullet Body Blender Sponge. So it's limited edition. I don't think the bronzer is limited edition.
No, I think that might be a permanent product.
But the sponge is sort of like to apply body bronzers, fake tans, body shimmers, whatever you need to do. And there is also the limited edition Beyond Bronze Body Luminizer. So these are all out now if you wanted them. So the bronzer is $30 Australian, the blender is $20, and the liquid luminizer is $28 Australian. So there you go.
Excellent. Milk Makeup has come out
this is interesting.
with a collaboration with Wu-Tang Clan. Holy
moly, motherfucking what?
This is, I honestly, I'm just going to say this right now, I think that these lipsticks, only the lipsticks, soz, is the best thing Milk has ever done, ever.
I agree, because I think they generally release...
It's not my
uninspired, boring
It's
products.
stale, cool tea.
Yes.
Usually, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But these lipsticks are sick. They
the
are amazing.
The packaging is so rad. So these have Chinese dragons wrapped around them, and I think they are so interesting.
I kind of want one. So the names are all related to the I Ching, and if you're not familiar with what the I Ching is, it's like a it's an ancient Chinese form of like, I think, telling the future and giving guidance on...
So it's to do with elements?
Yes, yeah. So all of the... Like, when you do the I Ching, you've got coins and you throw the coins and then you read them based on how they come up. And they're all related to the elements. So there's a red, it's a true red, it's called Qi, and that is thunder.
And that's a shiny red as well.
Yes. Then we have the fire shade, it's a matte orange red. We've got Ruckus, which is the lake, that's a hot pink. We've got Frequency, which is the element of water, it's a purple glitter. We've got Source, which is the earth, that's a burgundy shade. Cypher, which is the mountain. That's a cocoa shade. We've also got Flow, which is the wind. It's a spiced rose. And we have Sacred, which is heaven. And that is a shimmer rose gold.
They also have ingredients that are very Chinese related as well, or Asian inspired.
Yeah.
So they've got antioxidant rich sacred lotus water, cherry blossom, ginseng, hemp extracts, bamboo shoots, and Chinese red dates.
Yeah.
Really interesting, but the packaging is rad. The one problem that I think people have with this is the price tag, because they are very expensive. $55 US a lipstick, which is more than Pat McGrath.
It is.
Yes. So they're not cheap, but I reckon if you're into this sort of design or something here inspires you, I think it's a good collector's edition.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. You can also buy it in
a bundle.
A limited edition bundle.
$440
US dollars, yeah.
There's also a 24 karat gold plated mirror. This is $75. It is in the Wu-Tang symbol. And then we have the pin set.
Yeah.
Which
is weird.
Look,
whatevs.
You do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care, but I kind of want that nude lipstick.
And I really want that fire one. I think they look really cool.
Have you ever used a Milk lipstick? Have they ever released lipstick?
We can't access Milk.
Oh, that's right, because they don't
ship to Australia.
Goodbye.
And Sephora US blacklists forwarding shipping things. Yeah, we can't get Milk.
No. Well, that solves that problem.
We don't have access to it.
Easy.
But I do want to point out, a lot of people were wondering why Milk and Wu-Tang are coming together. It doesn't make sense. It's because they're both New York-based brands, so I'm assuming they know each other.
I think...
I would assume that
that's what makes sense to me.
Yeah, I would assume that the owners...
know each other.
And that's why they're collaborating. It's not something that's like, oh, it's an organic fit.
No.
They've made it work.
Absolutely, I think they have.
But I don't think they're really trying to convince Wu-Tang fans to wear Milk makeup. I think it's just an interesting, like, we both have our artistic, input, and let's make something beautiful. I think that's all it is.
I think that's...
which is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Origins have released, and this was it's been on their website a little while now, so we sort of just missed out. We didn't know it. They've released a bunch of new lip products. So there's 24 Blooming Bold lipsticks and 8 Blooming Sheer lip balms. So there you go. They're on the screen. They're available now. The Blooming Bold are bold long wear colour lipsticks, and the sheer are definitely like, a sheer are sort of more comfortable. So nourishing hint of colour.
Right.
But they've also released these new limited edition tints. So these are Blooming Petal tints for lip and cheeks. They come in 3 shades. There's Peony Peach, Poppy Pink, and Rosy Red. So these are available now as well. And it looks really interesting because it sort of looks like that is a plastic cap.
Yeah.
But if you actually look at people applying it, you use the rose.
The cap is actually just a plastic dome. Yeah. And you screw it off, and the rose is the actual product. Yeah.
Correct. So it's interesting. There's like a nudie peach, there's a red, and there's a pink.
Yeah.
So if you like sort of Origins and you want to try you like cheek tints or lip tints, but they also have a huge range, relatively large range of lipsticks that they've released as well.
Yeah. There's a new palette from Sleek. This is called the 3 AM palette. It is available on Pretty Little Things and look fantastic. It's like a pinky, sort of rosy, bit cool tone, bit warm, bit sleek.
Yeah, it's very sleek. And being very sleek, it's got probably more shimmers than mattes.
It does, yeah.
But I think Sleek have a place in the market. They have decent quality, affordable... they're quite affordable. Yeah. And it's a really great place to start if you're wanting to play with eyeshadows.
Absolutely.
So this is a pretty trendy palette.
Yeah. I pulled out a Sleek palette that we actually bought last year to play with, and I'd only used it like a couple of times. Pulled it out recently, put it on my eyes, and I swear, every time I use my Sleek palettes, I'm kind of like shocked.
Yeah, they're really
they're
good.
actually really good.
Because Sleek as a brand was developed for people with deeper
colour.
skin tones. So the pigmentation is generally top
beautiful.
notch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's Sleek also in the past. Like remember when they did their it was like anniversary collection?
Yes.
It was like a grey palette with like a pop of pink.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Sleek is that prior to this, they haven't been very on the mark with what's trendy.
Yeah.
This is their first trendy palette I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
So I find that interesting and I think it's a good move from Sleek. So there you go. Support that if you want some nice quality, affordable eyeshadows. Yes. I'd prefer to direct people to Sleek than something like Morphe.
Yeah.
But Sleek palettes, they're generally a lot of shimmer, not very trendy shades.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't look too bad. All right, the next thing is we've seen some On The Run eyeshadow palettes from Urban Decay. These are coming in December and they're sort of inspired by the Born to Run big palette, but they're minis. Now, this, some people think it's Town, some people like them. I do like mini palettes. I think they have a place in the market and there should be more of them. You don't need to bring an 18-pan palette with you.
No.
If you're going away, you know, a 6-pan, an 8-pan palette is perfect. And they've sort of hit different notes here. You've gone sort of warmer, sort of, I don't know, pink, rusty kind of colours. You've got more of a neutral nudes with a pop of silver and purple. And then you have warmer nudes with a pop of teal. So if this interests you, awesome. If not, skip it.
Wet n Wild, they're bringing out liquid catsuit glosses.
Yeah.
These are high shine liquid lipsticks, and they've got like the Mega Last formula. So they're meant to last.
Yeah, so they're meant to last, and they're supposed to be pigmented and have a mirror-like gloss shine.
Yeah.
So there you go. I think this is the last thing we're talking about.
It is the last thing. It is the last thing, and we have been here for hours.
We have. That's not a joke.
No, it's not.
I'm sweating in my
1 hour and 41 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Kill me. I'm sweating in my synthetic shirt. Okay, the last thing is from Zoeva. This is potentially holiday release.
Yeah,
this
think
was
it is.
Sneakily... accidentally released from Beauty Bay and then it was taken down, so there you go. I don't know when it's releasing, but I do know that it will be on Beauty Bay. So we've got the Spice of Life collection. This has a large palette, so a 10-pan palette. You can see that there are some nudes in there. There's like a peach, there's like a wine, there's like a sort of olive green, sort of more of an orangey,
like a dark camel almost.
Yeah, there's some pretty colours in here. Once again, people are going to have it, but if you like it, go get it. Not yet, because it's not out. Who knows when? We don't fucking know. So there's also a Voyager version, and if you're not familiar with what the Voyager versions of the palettes are, they've done these with some of their past palettes, and they're just mini versions. So they've taken some of the popular shades in the larger palette, and they've put it into a travel size, and the pans are smaller as well. Yep. So if you really love this palette, and once again you go traveling, and you're like, I want to take my Spice of Life, you can take the Voyager one. It's a mini baby version. And then there's a Spice of Life Face Duo, which I think is kind of smart because you've got a highlighter and a blush.
Yeah.
I think often when they put like 3 highlighters or a highlighter, blush, bronzer, you start restricting the skin tones that can use it, whereas highlighters and blushes generally a lot of people can use. But yeah, so we've seen those. They're not out yet, but they will be coming to Beauty Bay.
Yeah.
And
they're selling it in a kit.
Yes.
So they've got the Spice of Life kit, which contains the large palette and the highlighter palette. So I'm assuming the highlighter palette is the blush and the highlighter. There is also a pure velour lip in the outsider and a graphic lips lip liner in Deep Thoughts. They've also got packs of Cocoa Blend. This contains a Cocoa Blend eyeshadow palette, the highlighter palette, and a liquid lipstick in Faint of Heart, and a lip pencil in Earthbound. There is also a caramel melange kit. Again, the eyeshadow palette and the highlighting palette. There's also the liquid lipstick is... No, I can't read it.
No, can't read it.
Can't read it. But they're complementary colours to the palettes.
So those palettes, the ones that are in the photos, they were spotted at Douglas.
Yes.
So
they might be exclusive to Douglas.
I don't think they are, because I did find the Spice of Life image on Sephora Malaysia on their website. So I think it is going to be their holiday collection.
Yeah.
It's going to be around, but we don't know when.
Okay. Well, look, that's okay.
It happens.
It's okay. You're going to spend too much money this Christmas season anyway. All right, it's time to dedicate this episode to a Beauty News VIP, and this week we dedicate this episode to Rak Teapot. Look at that little dinosaur with a monocle and a top hat.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what it means either, but
thank you.
I like it.
Yep.
I approve.
We dedicate this episode to you, Rak Teapot.
Thank you. But the emoji, tell them what it is.
We're going to go Shane Bell again.
We are.
We're so pissed off at L'Oreal.
Yeah, we think that's really rude.
Yeah.
And a little bit
rude.
Disrespectful.
We don't like it.
To the lovers of the makeup.
That's true.
And the Mary Poppins.
That's true.
Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. Alright guys, leave your emojis and your comments down in the comments section. We're going to go.
We'll see you guys.
I'm like a little T-Rex, like Rak Teapot.
Oh, yay, Rak Teapot. Awesome.
Alright,
see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.